Hashtag no music, no intro. Saints Block Party podcast coming at you with this recap pod. If you're listening to this, you have probably just witnessed the Saints lose to the Philadelphia Eagles at home 15-12 in a game that I'm sure will be talked about in numerous ways. The Zoom was just
Whew.
crazy at some points in terms of
Going
things
through it,
that
bro.
going through it.
Going through it.
I'll say this: games like this, games like this is why I'm so glad I'm
Oh,
emotionally disconnected, bro.
boy.
Oh my
Thank
god,
God, man. Thank you,
whoo!
Jesus.
Cause if not, I would be distraught right now, but I'm not. Um, I mean, we could take this game in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I think we should probably start with is we knew this kind of coming in, and I thought it would be the plan is that the absence, excuse me, of Taysom Hill was a key, key factor into this
Major
game,
key.
and I knew it was going to be the case. I thought potentially that excuse me, not McCoy. Saw the chat, YouTube chat. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. But I thought going in, maybe to counter Taysom not being active, they would use more Holker. I don't think I saw Holker on offense at all. And this game, we could talk about the defense. The defense allowed 15 points in 2024. If your defense allows 15 points, they had two turnovers, they had a blocked field goal, or excuse me, a blocked punt, and they also had a turnover on downs from a tush push trick play that did not work, which I knew that was going to happen in this game. This game, if we and I get it, no Taysom, no McCoy who gets injured in the first play of the game. At some point, Maurice gets injured a little bit, and your entire offensive line changes. You have to move left Patrick to center. You have Odo or out there at left guard. This game plan, Vic Fangio came in and said, we are not going to let them going to run the ball. We're going to shut down the run completely, and we're going to put this game on the shoulders of Derek Carr. Derek Carr is going to have to beat us.
Exactly.
Period. Like that. Like it. You can. And I get it. There's some plays Rashid, Shaheed should have made. I don't think Clint's play calling was that great, even with the banged up offensive line. But at the end of the day, this game was put on the shoulders of Derek Carr to go out and win it. To be fair, when it counted, he went out and scored a touchdown. However, when they got the ball back, he throws a game-sealing interception. And for this Saints team to show that they are legit this season and can make some noise beyond just the regular season, when an opposing team comes in and can shut the running game down, Derek Carr and Clint Coop, like there has to be something where it has to be a functional offense. This felt very similar to last season on offense for the Saints.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I said this all off season, man. The running game will be so vital for this team because it sets up everything. It
Yes.
protects Derek Carr. It keeps the defense off the field. It allows the team to play more complementary. And we've seen through these 2 weeks, everybody was talking about like, man, what is it going to be like when this team gets tested, when they fall behind? What was crazy is they didn't even really fall behind in this game. They were up three for most of the game. It was 3-0. But they couldn't move the ball. They moved the ball. There was some running game there, but we were getting third down situations, and Jalen Carter was just a one-man wrecking crew. Anytime Derek Carr had to step back and throw, he was batting passes. He was pressuring Derek Carr. It didn't look good, man. Like, people gonna fuss about this game. They're gonna argue, it was on a defense because the defense allowed 15 points in the fourth quarter after not allowing anything for most of the game. They allowed 15 points in the fourth quarter. Is it on the defense? Is it gonna be on the offense? It's Derek Carr's fault? this everybody's hands kind of dirty in this game. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
I thought the offense hands were dirty. You could give them, excuses about the injuries, which were, you can't hide those. You know what I'm saying? Like Eric McCoy was when he went down, bro. I was like, man,
Yep.
because not just the blocking and the physical stuff he does, but just the communication he has on the line, the line, making sure guys, have the right assignments and stuff like that. He's such a key, crucial role. So when he went out, that was like a huge blow. And you got Taysom Hill already out. It just set up for it's gonna be a long day in the office. And like you said, they said, look, man, Derek Carr, you got to beat us with that arm, bro. And I mean, you can kind of say he didn't answer the call. He made that pass to Olave, that touchdown, the go-ahead touchdown to put him in a winning situation. They had the weird two-point conversion call, the pass to Jamal Williams, Kubiak. Kubiak had some adversity to it. It was a tough day at the office. Everybody hands were dirty. Bear Kubiak,
Yes.
Dennis Allen. Look, the defense is a weird game because you look at the score, you be like, oh man, you know, 15 points. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really complain about that. But then you look at the production. I mean, Jalen Hurts was 29 to 38 for 300 yards. Saquon Barkley had 147 yards, bro. 8.6 yards a carry. 8.6 yards a carry for Saquon Barkley. Dallas
Dallas
Goddard
Goedert
had a
170.
170 on 10
170,
catches,
bro.
Like that ain't. I understand.
Here's
I'm not blaming the defense. I'm not putting this all on the defense, but I'm just saying everybody had their hands dirty in this one, bro.
They did. Listen, Big Creep had an amazing game.
One of his best games.
One here's the thing. At some from the second half on, the Eagles was missing their right tackle. They're missing their right guard, and they still couldn't get pressure on Jalen Hurts.
Been on my radar, bro.
Like you've been talking about how the defense hadn't had enough sacks, and there was a lot of plays in this game. I just think about this. Listen, and this is not. There's two things that stand out to me. Well, three. Someone said in our Zoom, and I think it's true. And I don't think the Saints are excluded from this. To be fair, the Saints' depth got tested, and they didn't answer the call. To be fair, I don't know how many NFL offensive lines, when you lose your starting center, things are going to be good. It's not many, right? It's not many. Second thing that's on my radar, and it's been on my radar last 2 weeks. You cannot go into a season and think that you're going to run predominantly 11 personnel and play a lot of offensive plays where literally there's really only two receivers on the field, Olave and Shaheed, and think that you're at some point that it's going to be successful long term. You can't do it, bruh. They need a third guy, wide receiver, tight end. They need a player that has juice. In theory, that player may be A.T. Perry. In theory, that player may be Kendre Miller. The two guys that you drafted last season, we have not seen it yet. Kendre's hurt. A.T. Perry can't get active. That's a huge thing. Third thing. Not that opposing defenses didn't have this game plan going in, but now every defense is. We'll see how long Eric McCoy's hurt. Now every defense is going to say, okay, we shut this run game down. We put it on Derek Carr to win the game. Here's what's funny, and this is please, hallelujah, do not take this as something that me trying to start something regarding the agenda, but this is why ultimately at the end of the day, Derek Carr is an 11-year, 12-year NFL starter. We know who and what Derek Carr is as a quarterback. At some point in the NFL, big boy football, your opposing quarterback has to go out and play quote unquote a little hero ball when shit get a little messy, when a play don't go the way it's supposed to go. And he had the drive that he needed to take the lead, but when you were driving down to try to score a touchdown to win the game, you throw a awful interception. I want to get to our dude Brute Saint with the $10 super chat. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
First
Brute.
time catching your screen. So frustrating. One thing to get blown out, another thing to get 2 turnovers, 2 fourth down stops, a block punt, and capitalize on 0 of them. That's why it's frustrating. Frustrating.
Very, very frustrating, bro. That was the most frustrating during watching that game. To get the goal line interception, Honey Badger. We got 2 interceptions, right, or 1? There's just 1. 1 interception.
It was the Honey Badger interception. It was the Big Creek fumble recovery. It was the missed 60-yard. Listen, I don't know how you coach a worse game than Nick Sirianni coached across the fucking field, bro. I've seen a lot of football games in my fucking life. That was one of the worst fucking games I have ever seen an opposing coach, and they still lost this game.
Terrible, bro. Terrible 4th down calls by him. Terrible pre-snap penalties by his offense. Like, that was the thing. That was the frustrating thing. Like, we were getting handed a lot of gifts. Some were gifts that we were creating by the defense.
Yes.
And some were just,
give it to him. Here, bro. Here, just on the platter. On the platter.
A block punt that came right when we needed it, too. It's like we couldn't make nothing of it. So, ultimately, I think.
At one point, I don't mean to cut you off, Ryan. At one point, it was a backup right tackle, a backup right guard, no Devontae Smith, no AJ Brown. Nigga, what did I just witness the Green Bay game? The Green Bay game again? Like, what didn't the Green Bay game happen week 3?
Yeah,
it happened week 3, didn't it?
Yeah. Devontae Smith went out, and immediately Saquon Barkley runs for a damn 30, 40-yard touchdown. It's like, what are we doing? And it was a question going into this game. Is how has this defense stepped up from stopping the run, because they've been horrible at stopping the run the past 2 weeks, not just running quarterbacks, but stopping the run period. And I think we got proved today that this run defense is still a problem. It's still a problem, and it's gonna make for some long, because they were fortunate the past 2 weeks they didn't have to face really great rushing teams. The Eagles are a great rushing team, so
yes,
you're not gonna face this type of rushing team every week. And you're not gonna face a defensive line like this every week. Like I said, Jalen Carter he was ridiculous. Zach Bone,
man on a mission, bro.
I did not want this to be that Zach Bone type of game, but we let it be that type of game because
it was, bro.
We let him work downhill instead of putting him in coverage. Instead on that one big play to Alvin Kamara, it was like, where was this all game? Like,
I felt like I was watching a old school, like later Saints season Sean Payton or Pete Carmichael called game, bro. Where it's like you got AK and even out AK. Dante's been all over this. Dante think that he got banged up a little bit in this game. I think he's right. But even though you got a banged up AK, why are you not trying to exploit him and put him against Bond, put him against Nakobe Dean, and say, yo, y'all need to run it until the Eagles show me that they can stop it, right? Almost identical to the NFC Championship game, right? Or no, they was NFC Championship game. That's what Sean Payton did, and I'm not comparing the two. Can I real quick? Something that was on my radar yesterday, bro. It drove me crazy. Vibes were feeling good this weekend. We got 73 people right now concurrent going on.
Hit that like button.
Eric Flynn, I think that's his name. He requested to be retweeted because he said I blocked him too soon because he said that he was capping for us to give Reese, more of a chance and not cut him. Listen, you're 100% right. We should have. You were right. Then that same day, he comes out and tweets that with the win today, Dennis Allen would be 19-18 for a season as head coach, which would tie the same amount of games that Sean Payton would have been in the same number of like his first 2.5 seasons as Saints head coach. What is the huge fucking difference between the fucking two of them right now? Like what are we doing?
Stop it.
Please. In the most Saints thing ever, bro. Sean Payton with the Broncos, he sees Todd Bowles on Sunday. He said, "Oh, Todd Bowles." He said, "I'm 0-2, but
this is my get right game here.
Let me look this shit. Let me go ahead and go long dick, don't dick the Bucks who've been running all over the NFC South with Bo Nix. Saints could not take advantage of it. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Hold on, let me catch him on these super chats. We got our dude Demon Time Slime 199 super chat. He said the D can take us far. We just need the offense to get right. $5 super chat from Ken Foot. Y'all think the offense can get their swagger back, or are we just falling back to our old ways?
I think they're gonna get their swagger back, man. Like I said, you're not gonna face a defensive line like this every week. The Eagles heard this shit all week, bro. They heard it all week. They was not trying. You saw Jalen Carter on the sideline going crazy, just coked out. I don't know what was wrong with him. They heard it all week. Nick Sirianni too, but the defensive line on the Eagles heard it all week about stopping the run. They heard it all week from Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio talked about it. I saw an interview by him. It reminded me of like when we played the Vikings a couple years ago in the playoffs, and everybody was dunking on Mike Zimmer and all that stuff, and Mike Zimmer was like, "All right, we're gonna see." You know what I'm saying? And
it's funny because I tweeted yesterday. I said this is the perfect game. Offensively, you get the ball first, you go out and you just throw that shit deep because they was amped to stop the run from fucking jump, bro. From jump,
bro. But you look, man. Like I know we've been able to get them pass plays with Shaheed, but like Dante kept talking about in the Zoom, is like we don't really have that big guy to go downfield and just win. Just throw it up and win and snatch it out there. Not that Chris Olave made some great catches. Shaheed can make. I mean, Shaheed didn't have a catch in this game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Eagles went to this game and said, bro, we ain't letting Shaheed get us. And look,
not doing it.
Maybe the ball did hit his hands a couple times, so who knows? And there was that one amazing catch he made, going to the ground.
Doesn't challenge it. Doesn't challenge
it. This loss sucks, and it does take the shine a little bit off what the Saints have been doing the past couple of weeks, but it doesn't really make me feel like oh, here we go again, this team is trash, and I still think this is a good offense, but I mean they basically told you what they thought about Carr in the first 2 weeks. I mean he completed 11 passes last week. He completed 19 passes the week before. So this is an offense that is built to protect Derek Carr, not just protection from pressure, but protect him as just a
from
passer,
himself.
Period. Yeah, from himself. And it's hard to live. You're gonna have games like this where it's hard to live like that. And even then, they had a chance to win this game, bro. They really did have a chance to win this game. It just sucks they couldn't make those key moment plays in the end to win, whether that's allowing that big catch and run by Goddard, and we've seen that play over and over again where they get guys crossing, the man coverage guys get running into each other.
Mean, I get running man, but you 3rd and 18, maybe
3rd and 18.
Listen, I don't want to second guess DA, but maybe run a zone, maybe just run a zone, bro. You 3rd and 18, bro. Protect.
Gordon been killing you all game.
It felt like the TJ Hawkinson game all over again, bro.
All over again. That's what drive me is when it's the same, it's the same things happen all over again. It's like, come on now, bro.
Sherm with the $2 super chat. He think about to start civil war right here. He said, "Does #the agenda win this game?"
I don't know. I mean, I would like to see it. I would like to see it. But look, man, the Spencer Rattler, he gonna put some balls up in there too. You know what I'm saying? They
for
could
sure.
Be up for grabs. So I'm not even gonna say that, but I'm not even about to go there. I'm not even about to go there though. I'm not about to go there. I'm not even about to go there, bro.
I'm gonna go a little bit.
Go ahead, go there, man.
Just start, bro. Listen, I'll say this. I do think in this game, there may have been some throws that he may have been able to make that Derek Carr doesn't make. Now, does he win the game? I don't know. I don't know that. Now, he's a little more mobile than Derek Carr, but ultimately, listen, in this offense, and this is what the team has to show to us as fans, is that when shit does not go on, if shit goes off script, how do you adjust? Because I feel like in the second half, the Eagles offense made adjustments to how the Saints defense was playing them. I don't feel even with the banged up offensive line, I don't feel like the Saints offense made adjustments to how the Eagles were playing them. It just
No.
felt like it just felt very similar. Now this is Clint Kubiak's second year as an offensive coordinator. It's a you got to grow as a
Gotta
play
go.
caller. We saw it as Sean Payton as an offensive head coach. From 2002 from '06 to future seasons. So there's a growth period to it. But I do think this game shows you in essence some of the limitations that this team does have in
Yeah.
regards to not having, like I said in the Zoom, bro. I said if I'm the Saints, if I'm Mickey, I'm calling Brandon Bean right now in Buffalo and say, hey, can I get Dawson Knox for a fifth? Like you need something. You need something because think about it. Without Shaheed didn't have a catch. So basically the players that touched the ball today was Tipton, AK, Olave.
Olave. That's
Nigga,
it.
that's it. That's three people, and I guess Jamal Williams. You had 4 players touch the ball today. That's not gonna get it done, bruh. It ain't gonna get it done.
I mean, Carr completed 14 passes, man. 14. Like he threw the ball 25 times. I can't count how many he had batted down. I mean, it felt like 4 or 5 at least. I don't know what's up with that. Um,
Do you have a problem? This is something our dude Rob had a problem about. Do you have a problem with them going for it on 4th and 1 instead of kicking the field goal when they was in AK got stopped, but it looked like he got the first down, but they caught.
I don't know if I had a problem with that one.
I don't think I did either, man. Like
Yeah.
just the ebb and flow of the game. Like
Yeah, the way that was flowing, I didn't have a problem with that one at that moment. I had to go back and look to see, like, at what point of the game that was. Was that the third or the fourth quarter?
oh, good question. I want to say third, but it might have been fourth.
I didn't see nothing wrong with that, bro, because we were talking about it on the Zoom. The defense had been on the field
Yeah.
way too long,
Yes.
way too long, and that's why this is such a complimentary football game, and this is why everybody deserves blame because yeah, the defense did allow a lot of plays, especially towards in the second half, but when you constantly on the field, I mean, the offense was barely on the field, man. And when you
Ryan,
constantly on the field as a defense, it's just you gonna give up some plays. It's just gonna
Look,
happen.
they essentially forced 6 turnovers in this game: a fumble, an interception, a missed field goal, 2 4th down stops, and a
And a
blocked
punt.
punt. That is 6 turnovers, Ryan. Six.
Got-
6 turnovers. You have to go win game. Nigga, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-1.
Way
Six
too
to
many
one.
extra possessions.
Oh, no,
Way
sorry.
too
Six,
many
to, 6-2.
yeah.
6-2.
Way too many extra possessions for the offense to have that much little time on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like to get all those extra possessions. But it was a great game plan. Like, and look, man, like I said, this offense is 100% about execution. Like, and I mean when I say execution, I mean like all 11 have to execute to a T. And games like this, when all of them don't, and you got injuries and stuff like that, you get
This
games
is
like
like
this.
even that, and I know people are probably upset that it was called to Jamal, and I think they probably called it to Jamal because it was a tendency breaker. But even that play that was like the flare screen to Jamal, you had 3 blockers right there, bro. You had 3 blockers, and I know people were upset that it was thrown to Jamal. But in a play like that, if that is blocked well, I'm not like that's probably a first down. I'm not saying Jamal going to break
Yeah.
it for a touchdown, but that's
Right.
probably a first down. It all
Cedric
goes
Wilson
to
blew the block.
execution.
Yeah, execution, bro. And this is an execution offense. It's like
It is.
everybody got to do their job in this offense. So that was one of my worries, not just in this game, but going into any game, like that everybody doesn't execute to a T like they have been the past. Because we saw how it works the past 2 weeks with everybody executing, everybody's at one chorus. It's beautiful. But when it's not,
It is.
you know,
But it's not. Mhm.
and you go and you would hope games like this you could rely on your dogs, whether that's your quarterback, whether that, but I don't think we there yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
We're
we're
not.
there yet as a team.
We not. Give us 1 second. We want to let y'all hear from our new sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. We'll be back in a minute.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Football is back, and it's here to stay till February. Win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player's stat, touchdowns, passing yards, and more.
I love Underdog Fantasy. I used Underdog Fantasy just last week. The pick was so easy to use, higher, lower on the Bills Dolphins game. So simple. Could not recommend you using Underdog Fantasy more.
Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple to use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with your promo code BLOCKPARTY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code BLOCKPARTY, to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 or older, 21 or older in Massachusetts or Arizona, 19 or older in Alabama or New England, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783. Text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
Thank y'all for listening to our new sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. So let me catch up with the chat real quick. Luke said, and why was Clint unable to adjust to this? The 5-man pressures opened up for quick passes. It was on my radar. It was on my radar in terms of just I was like that first drive. You saw them going to kind of go into like the quick game with Olave and getting first downs, and like I felt like that if they were going to win this game of just how the Eagles were playing it, that was going to be the key of how they were going to win. I don't know. I would have to go back. Listen, I'm not the type to go back and watch all 22. I don't have it in me. Where are
the middle of the field throws, to the tight
Yes.
ends, you got
Yes.
Foster Moreau, Jawan Johnson, like, you know what I'm saying? Where are the middle of the field, 8 yards, intermediate, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are those plays? It was really weird.
Someone even said that in the chat. They, where was Jawan Johnson? Someone asked, Cam W with the 199 super chat. Where the fuck was Jawan? Jacob Doe. It said first the red rifle was turning up. Not surprised. Car ball placement was off. He is who we thought he was. Hashtag the agenda. That was Jacob. That wasn't me. Ken said, was McCoy going down that big for the line? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was. Dante said the middle was there all game. They worked the middle, the first drive, and then went away from it. It was weird, man. It was just a weird game where the things that were working, they went away from it. And like you said, there was many plays in this game where it was a batted ball at the line of scrimmage and things like that. Cam W with the $4.99 super chat, appreciate you. They stopped quick passes when Carr almost threw that pick six. Here's the thing, though. Ooh. This is the NFL, bro. Like, to me, that is a direct reflection of how the offensive staff, more importantly, Clint Kubiak, feels about Derek Carr's quarterback. I'm gonna leave it right there, bro. Like, to me, like,
telling you. I mean, he threw 14, he completed 14 passes. I don't know, like, he's telling you, bro. Like, he's not gonna let this. Clint Kubiak is saying, I'm not going to let this game go through Derek Carr. Meanwhile, the defensive coordinator on the opposing team is saying, we want this game to go through Derek
Go through Derek Carr.
So it's just like,
That's it.
that's how you get 0 points.
The
3 points, you know.
the immovable objects against the unstoppable force, bro. Like just like, Ken Foot, $2 super chat. Mike Thomas or Devontae Adams? I won't say I'm reporting this. I think I'll say this. I think Devontae is very happy with the situation in Nevada. And if at some point he did want to change, I do not think that he would want to play with Derek Carr again. MT, I don't know if MT is healthy. Like I'll just say it. I'm gonna throw something out. I'm gonna throw something at you right now. I know he doesn't fit the prototype of what the Saints need right now. But even having and I don't even know if he's healthy. I would assume he is. Even having a player like Hunter Renfrow in a game like this, bruh, to just go in, like, because whatever you want to say about Hunter Renfrow, bro, he can win off the line of scrimmage and he can go. He know where the first down marker is. He sits that shit down, and you have a player that Derek Carr is familiar with. Like, I wouldn't, and I don't know anything. Sometimes I know shit, but I don't know anything. I wouldn't be surprised right now if they made a call to Hunter Renfrow right now, bro. Say, hey, you need to come on down, because Bub Memes inactive, healthy scratch. A.T. Perry inactive, got sick, like you said, bro. Just annoying, bro. Just annoying,
man.
Just annoying.
I see why them coaches were talking
about. Sports Highlight said in the run game was working when they ran behind Fuaga, but somehow they kept running to the right side. I don't know if they was trying to break. I don't know if they was trying to break Tennessee or what. Like, I don't know.
I'm going to go back and watch, but I swear, every time they ran to the right, it was a disaster. Every time.
Disaster. Scoop Bundy said Philly game plan was selling out on the run and making Carr earn his money, and he did not earn his money. I mean, that's simple. He didn't do it.
That interception at the end was just. I got to look at the all-22 because I'm like, what are you seeing here? Like, one, you have like one timeout left, maybe none. I can't remember.
It was one. They had one, bro.
One left. You're throwing in the middle of the field. We got like less than 50 seconds left. You're throwing a deep shot who's double covered to Rashid. He's double covered, a low ball, off target. Like, what is happening to your brain in those moments? Like, what's happening to your brain? Like
Pressure,
those moments.
That's what it is.
That's the pressure I'm talking about. When Clint's trying to
it wasn't even like physical. It's literally mental pressure. Of oh shit, I gotta go win the game. Like what coverage are they? And this is what Clint has tried to do. He's tried to take away that mental pressure from Carr. Exactly. But when it is clutch, and this is why the Patrick Mahomes and et cetera, get paid what they get paid, because when it's nut cutting time and that pressure's high, they rise to the top. They rise up here.
We've seen Drew Brees ice water with 50 seconds left of the game, and it just looked like,
bro. I still remember that game that ended up being the Minnesota Miracle game. It was 4th down. That man comes out after a timeout, ice water, a dart to Willie Snead, bro. I remember it clear as day.
Like 4th and 16 or something like that. You know, or what was that Texans game a couple years ago? So look, we're learning more about this team, man. We are learning more about this team and what they're made of. This was one of those games I wanted to see them show me different. I wanted them to be like, look, all right, we different. We built different. Yeah, we ain't worrying about all the noise and all the hype. We're gonna go out there and get it. So, you know, it kind of knocked them down a peg or two for me. Just a little bit. I still think it's gonna be a fun offense, a fun team to watch the rest of the season. I think we're going to handle up on the Falcons. We'll get to that later this week. But, you know, it's still going to be fun. So, Saints fans, just don't get too down. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this team stress you out too much.
Please don't.
Monday. Please don't do that. Still enjoy your week, you know.
Real quick thing, bro. It's crazy. Do you know, indirectly, we built this Eagles defense that came in and stopped it, bro. Think about it.
It just makes me sick.
Jalen Carr. That was the Trevor Penning pick. Okay. Jack Bond, free agent. CD Deuce. We built this Eagles defense. Built it.
So, it's so annoying, bro. Oh my god, especially
let me
Jalen Carter, bro, because he's just
come on,
wrecking shop, man. Like,
just wrecking it, bro.
God.
And here's the funny thing: we were down on Brian Bresee, right? Right? We were down on him. He'd been quiet first 2 games. This man had a 4th down sack and another huge sack in this game. Like so, even Brian Bresee, like, let me catch up on this chat real quick. Dante said he had an awful. This speaking of Derek Carr, he had an awful, inaccurate game. The throw to Shaheed was horrible, even though he caught it. Brock was talking about A.T. Perry. Perry does stuff in games, but I guess he doesn't think practice is important, which is a big deal with these coaches who need to trust the guys. I can guarantee you that's a big part of it. Guarantee you. Sports highlights. We was marching down the field, first possession of the game with McCoy in it. It was easy. As soon as McCoy got hurt, I said, "Oh man, this is about to be one of those." We said it. If you was in our Zoom, Patreon.com /Thanks Bark Party. If you were in our Zoom, we said as soon as McCoy was like, "Oh, we in one of these games. We one of these games.
These games right here. Oh Lord.
Tony, he said Drew was an assassin late in games. We were emphasized, spoiled. We absolutely fucking were. Cam W, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Pressure bust pipes and Derek Carr pipe is Lisa Ann wide. If you know,
You know.
you know. Scoop Bundy, but again, you won't see Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. I don't even know if Jordan Davis even played that much.
I know. I didn't
Defensive
see
tackle
much.
duo every week. So next week could be better. In theory, it should be.
In theory.
Jay Sean, did y'all see the play where Ruiz and number 74 ran into each other and was blocking each other for the whole play? Did not see that.
No.
Did not see that. Geraldo, need to figure out the offensive line before Chris Jones has his Thanksgiving dinner early. I'm not even looking at the Eagles. I'm not even looking at the Chiefs right now. They gotta be focused on the Falcons.
Period.
And here's another crazy thing about this game. If you really want to think about it, all week Da probably his game plan was like, we gotta shut down Jalen Hurts. We can't let him run around. He got loose on some plays. Don't get me wrong, he got loose on some plays, but for the most part,
like
in the run game, he was really well contained. And this is what I talked about on that preview pod. You got these ghosts that you gotta slay. So even though in theory, yes, you shut down Jalen Hurts in the run game, he still passing wise went off.
311 yards. 311 yards. Jalen Hurts, I mean.
I'm gonna ask you this. This is a question we asked you most of the season. We got 77 concurrent viewers still watching us right now in misery about this game. Listen, guys, we're not in misery, man. We just talking ball. There's nothing misery about us right now. We just vibing and chilling. 240 views on this recap pod on YouTube right now. Please like and subscribe.
Please.
What is your current? Also, shout out to our dude Greg Rosenthal for getting his own NFL Daily for the Saints. Drop the L.
Check me out.
Thank you, Greg. What did this game do, or does it do anything to you about the longevity of this team? Like, does it change how you see them?
Longevity, like this season, or longevity?
This season.
Like I said, it took them down a peg or two because I started buying into the hype a little bit, man. Like, man, maybe this team can win get to the NFC Championship game. I'm not saying they can't now, but it's like, watching a football season, you're just learning more. You're getting more data. You get more data, so you're able to form better opinions or predictions or prognosticate like you want. So it does knock them down a peg a little bit, but I do think this will still be a good offense. The script is out though. The script is out for other teams, other opponents. They know what they have to do. Now, not every team will be able to do it, but they know what they have to do to beat this team. And that's, do their best to limit the run, put the game in Derek Carr's hand. And look, we were fortunate I mean, the Eagles put up almost 500 yards of offense, but they couldn't score. Like, imagine if they were putting up points. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it would have been
man.
nasty, bro.
It'd have been nasty, bro. It would have been nasty. So, Clint Kubiak now, we about to see what they getting paid for, bro. Like, you got to be able to adjust. If the game, if they're taking away the run game, you got to have answers. You got to have other answers.
Got to. Talk to our dude Zach. Zach was getting us those green tea shots in Houston. He said, "Yo, homie, not to down." Zach's also a little drunk right now. I don't know.
Oh, that,
Yo,
that'd be
homie,
lit, bro.
not to downplay this loss at all. I'm frustrated as fuck too. I'm a pessimist like Adam. Fun fact, not a pessimist. Just beat Atlanta. Hashtag love you guys. I'll even go as far as I say almost everything in this game of what the Saints needed, I predicted it in the Zoom, bro.
Yeah.
Every single I said they need a turnover right here. They need one. Honey Badger. I said they gonna stop the tush push. Now they didn't run the tush push.
They didn't run the tush push.
But they stopped it on 4th down. I said that they was gonna miss the field goal. Missed the field goal. I said that they were gonna go down and score a touchdown. Goes down and score a touchdown. Only thing that I was wrong on is that the defense did not hold on when they needed it the most on that drive where the Eagles went and scored a touchdown. And here's the crazy thing: that touchdown that the Eagles scored worked out perfectly for you offensively. You're like, okay, they scored. All right, cool, they scored. Right. We know that we now got the ball. We got a minute plus to go down and score a touchdown. And the process for Derek Carr gets sped up a little bit. The pressure's on. Ooh. This is what it is. Cam W, appreciate you with the $4.99 super chat. We have almost $40 in chat revenue right now. I'm not saying that I hope the Saints lose a little bit, but if this is what we get, I'm just saying.
I'm not wishing that because it is so much fun. It's
It
been so
been,
much
bro.
fun with the Saints winning, and there's so much
It has
interest.
been.
Like I want them to get back to
Please.
at least just making this shit interesting because we can't do this every week, bro. Like three points for 3 quarters, bro. 3 points. Come on, man.
Poverty.
Come on.
Cam W said Eagles have a factory at offensive line. Their backup guards would start for us.
Man, it was crazy.
Michael said the Saints have Olave, Shaheed, Kamara on offense. That's it, bro. It's very similar to how the 2018 Saints were.
Mm-hmm.
You shut down AK, you shut down Michael Thomas. Who else did we have? Ted again, a little bit. Not AT Perry, Traquan, a little bit.
Hey, bro, what did we scream all season, bro? All
Juice.
Juice. And look, they had limited resources. You know, they took Fuaga, in the draft, which, not complaining about it all. He's been
At all.
stellar player. But it's just like this team needs juice, man. Needs juice. They need Kendra to get back ASAP. They need to figure out what's going on with AT Perry. They need to be making calls before the trade deadline. Somebody, bro. Maybe tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna go through and start looking at other teams to see, who's kind of could be on a trade block and stuff like that. Because if they want to do something and just maximize this year, they're gonna have to make a move.
Got to, bro. Jimmy Graham just out there, bro. Like he's the exact. And I'm not saying that they're gonna go down the Jimmy Graham route. I don't know if he even fits into Clint Kubiak's offense, but at this point, he's the exact type of player. Big, physical, can make plays in contested, and has juice that this offense needs. Because we saw, this is a prime example today. When a team is taking away the deep shots and the deep ball to Shaheed, Olave had a good game. Olave had a damn good game and showed why he is who he is. I don't care what the fuck anyone says about him. He's a good-ass football player. You need something else. You need a little something else. And I don't know what that is or who that is. But they gotta, I know if you just go watch the film, it's very condensed. It's very, we said it in the chat, it's AK, it's Olave, it's Shaheed, and that's it. And when Taysom's healthy, it's Taysom. Taysom wasn't healthy. And I knew when he got downgraded and he was doubtful, I was like,
It hurt, bro. It hurt. It hurt on third down. It hurt on third and short. It hurt
Everything.
just in protection. I mean, it hurt on so many levels. Such
And
a
the
key
Saints,
player, bro.
and the crazy thing is, like, they weren't even penalized that much. Like the Eagles were
No.
penalized, and I know people are probably gonna get mad on the penalty, bro. Like I said in the Zoom, I'll stand by it. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. You if he's going to contribute on the offensive line, you have to let him be him. You have to let him be him.
You know, be a little smarter, but
Yes, yes.
keep that aggression. Like I want you to have that aggression. I want it. Be all the aggression.
Jay Sean said, "Where's Chris Hogan at?" 7-Eleven, always open.
Always over.
Anything else from this game?
Nah, man. Good.
Gerardo said have flashbacks of Kittle run when Goddard broke free.
Oh my God, man! It's like what the hell? It was such a weird defensive performance because the defense had like some great plays,
Great, bro.
and then they had some like what is happening here type of plays, like
It felt like a Saints. It felt like a Saints game, bro.
The Saints game. Yeah, Delonte Taylor,
missed
missing a tackle. You know, it was a weird game on defense and offense, but especially on defense. Offense, I think Clint Kubiak, he got to take this one personally. Derek Carr,
Yes.
they got to take this one personally because
I'm
Derek
pussy?
Carr, brother, they put the game on you. They basically called you out. They said you a hoe, bro. You a hoe out here. That's basically what the Philly defense said. And I don't know, man, you kind of folded a little bit, bro.
Do you remember what game was it? Was it Tampa Bay? It was a playoff game where basically the defense challenged Drew Brees to they didn't think Drew had it. Remember?
Was it
Tampa?
Or was it the Panthers?
It was the Panthers. That's what. Yeah, thank you. Panthers said, Drew, number 9. Number 9 was in the building today, Ryan. Number 9 was in the building today. This is what we go. This is what we show. Number 9. This is what we go show Mark Ingram, who the boom and zoom was. The Panthers came out and said, number 9 ain't got it. He done lost a step. He ain't got that on him. He can't. We gonna force Drew Brees to beat us. That's what they did in the playoff game, bro.
I remember. That was 2017, I think, because that's when they started. They started running the ball more. They didn't let Drew Brees go downfield. It's like, okay. And Drew said,
you know what Drew said? Bet. And put on a fucking manifesto of how you fucking play the quarterback position in clutch.
No question.
Tony said, "Why do we keep embarrassing Drew like that every time he goes to the game? None deserves better." This like it sounds weird to say. It just feels like Drew knows who we are, bro. Drew's probably at that game like, yep, I remember this. I remember this. Feels about right. I think you said it perfectly, man. Like Clint got to go to the lab. He got to pull Derek Carr aside and say, "Listen, look, Eagles called you a bitch. Now, if you don't want them two niggas to be talking bad about you again, I need you to go out and start producing. Because if not, that shit gonna get loud." Also, can I just throw out one quick point? Week one, week two, we going crazy. It's great. We blowing out teams. It's amazing. You and me not even talking about the agenda. And yet, they're like this game, and I'm not gonna go down that road, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be succinct when I say it. And I had 2 cold waters to me, although my buzz is worn off. Games like this is why the agenda began in the first place.
Exactly.
It's games like this. At some point, and maybe 18 can go out and do it one day, maybe he can't. But at some point, you need your quarterback to go out and play big boy fucking football. And I'm not throwing a shot across Derek Carr's bow. I'm not doing it. But when push came to shove, he could not go out and play I want to even give him a little grace because in the drive where they needed it, he went out and got a touchdown. But in the second drive where they needed it again, he faltered. And when you're the starting quarterback, you're the franchise quarterback, you getting paid what you getting paid, you can't falter. You got to go up in the lights. So until, and I'm going to say this, until Derek Carr shows us in a game like this that he can go out and win, the agenda is never going to go away. Ever.
No, we want someone that will rise to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he can, but you got to show us, bro. Like
show us something.
You got an opportunity today, and you couldn't do it, man. The ball was in your hand at the end of the game. Period. Ball was in your hand. Whoever you want to blame, we can blame the defense, whatever. The ball was in the hand at the end of the game for you to go down and win. You score, you win. Period. And couldn't pull it off. So, it's just one of the things where, with Derek Carr, we're back to we know who he is, and there's like a ceiling there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a ceiling.
There is. I'm gonna catch up on the chat, and then we're gonna get out of here. Dante said he, referring to Rattler, he would have been at least been able to extend plays or get the ball out quicker. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like I felt like at some plays Derek Carr was getting that ball out quick, and other plays Derek Carr was just being Derek Carr again. Tony said, silver lining, better to get exposed like this early and have time to get right before the stretch run and or the playoffs. I agree. It shows them what they need to work on, and it shows them this game was a great mirror for them as a team to look at themselves. Right. Great game as a team for them to look at themselves. Jay Sean said them AK checkdowns wouldn't have been nice at the end of the game. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is every week for us this season as the Saints Block Party podcast. Every week, this team, including Derek Carr, but the team as a whole, they have to go out and show us. They have to go out. We have been doing this podcast for almost 5 fucking years. 5 years. We know how shit looks. First 2 weeks look great. We're not going to just erase the first 2 weeks like it didn't happen, because they absolutely did, and it was impressive. But now when you get hit in the mouth, now as a football team, you got to go out and show the fans and show yourself as a football team what you made of. Because whatever you want to say about Nick Sirianni, and he coached an awful fucking game, Vic Fangio had the team defensively ready. They were ready, locked in. So you just got and it's funny because before the game started, someone, I don't know who it was, someone in the Zoom said, if like this game, if Sean Payton was coaching this game, like this was the game that they'd be worried about. And I was like, for me, it's the exact opposite.
Right.
Like going into this game, like this was a game I would be most confident if I had Sean Payton as a head coach. Like this was a huge game for DA, and he came up short, right? Point blank period. He came up short. We'll see what happens next week against the Falcons. That's a huge fucking game against the Falcons. We will be back going over that game on the preview pod. We thank y'all. We still got 63 concurrent viewers right now in this bitch. We got almost 300 views just on the recap pod. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Don't let this game and the outcome of this game affect y'all days. Please don't. I'm about to go downstairs, have some food, chill, watch the rest of football. Be good. Don't let these dudes affect your moods. Please don't. Please don't. We will be back this upcoming week on the preview pod. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Take care of yourselves. With that, we out.
Peace.